What if the very ground beneath your feet holds a forgotten divine secret? Step into the ancient world of Gefjon, a Norse goddess whose legendary act of carving land from the sea was more than a tale of strength. It was a mythological reflection of the forces that reshaped the earth itself. Through her mighty oxen, her connection to creation, and the shifting landscapes of myth, Gefjon reveals that the ground we trust is never truly still. Beneath every field, mountain, and shoreline lies a story of transformation, movement, and hidden power. The goddess who shaped the land. In Norse mythology, where gods like Thor command storms and Odin searches for knowledge beyond mortal reach, Gefjon represents a different kind of power, the force that creates, divides, and transforms the world itself. Known from sources such as the Prose Edda and references in the Heimskringla, Gefjon appears as a goddess connected with fertility, prosperity, and the shaping of landscapes. She's often described as a powerful figure who transforms possibility into reality, not through war or conquest, but through creation. Her most famous legend tells of her encounter with the Swedish king Gylfi, who promised her as much land as she could plow in a single night. Gefjon responded by transforming her sons into enormous oxen and using them to pull a massive piece of earth from the land. The section she removed became the island of Zealand, while the empty space left behind became a lake. This myth presents Gefjon as more than a figure of strength. She is a goddess of movement, the one who reveals that even the most permanent parts of the world can be changed. The earth itself, in her story, is not fixed. It is alive, shaped by forces greater than human understanding. The plow that moved the world. Gefjon's legendary plowing is one of the most striking images in Norse mythology. A simple agricultural act becomes a cosmic event. The turning of soil becomes the reshaping of continents. The plow is a powerful symbol because it represents both destruction and creation. It cuts into the earth, disturbing what was stable, but it also prepares the ground for new life. Through Gefjon, the act of moving land becomes sacred. She transforms the landscape not by destroying it, but by creating new possibilities. This symbolism carries an unexpected connection to the natural world. The image of land shifting beneath immense force mirrors humanity's ancient attempts to understand earthquakes, volcanic activity, and the mysterious movements of the earth. While Norse mythology did not describe modern geology, myths like Gefjon's reflect a deep awareness that the world beneath us is not always silent. The ground can rise, break, and transform. Gefjon becomes a mythological expression of the hidden energies that shape the planet. The hidden forces beneath the surface. The most fascinating aspect of Gefjon's story is what happens beneath the visible world. To ancient people, earthquakes and other natural events were powerful reminders that the earth possessed forces beyond human control. Mountains could tremble. Shores could change. The familiar world could suddenly become unfamiliar. Gefjon embodies this mystery. She represents the unseen strength that exists beneath ordinary life, a power hidden below the surface until the moment it emerges. Like the movement of tectonic plates beneath the earth, her actions are invisible until they create a dramatic transformation. A single shift can reshape entire landscapes. Her myth suggests a profound idea. The greatest forces are often the ones we cannot see. Creation through transformation. Unlike gods who are defined by battles or destruction, Gefjon's power comes through transformation. She does not conquer land simply to possess it. She changes the world by bringing something new into existence. The land she creates becomes a place where people can live, grow, and build communities. Her act of separation becomes an act of creation. This connects Gefjon with ancient ideas of fertility and abundance. To cultivate the earth is to work with forces larger than oneself. The farmer who turns soil, the river that carves valleys, and the movement of the earth itself all participate in the same endless cycle of change. Gefjon reminds us that creation is rarely still. New worlds often emerge from moments of disruption. The goddess of movement and change. Gefjon's story challenges the human desire for permanence. People build homes, cities, and civilizations believing the ground beneath them will remain unchanged. Yet nature constantly reminds us that stability is temporary. In this sense, Gefjon represents the balance between security and transformation. She is not a goddess of chaos. Her movement creates order. She does not destroy the earth, she reshapes it. Her myth reflects a truth found throughout nature. Change is not always an ending. Sometimes it is the beginning of something greater. The same force that breaks the ground can create new landscapes. The same movement that causes uncertainty can reveal new possibilities. The earth as a living presence. Gefjon's connection to land reflects a broader Norse understanding of nature. The world was not viewed as an empty resource, but as something filled with power, personality, and meaning. Rivers, mountains, forests, and fields existed within a living universe where natural forces carried spiritual significance. Gefjon represents this relationship between humanity and the earth. She reminds us that the ground beneath us is not merely something we stand on. It is something that changes, grows, and carries ancient stories. Her myth turns geography into memory. Every landscape becomes a reminder that the world has been shaped by forces both visible and hidden. The earthquake connection, myth beneath the movement. Although Gefjon was not specifically an earthquake goddess in surviving Norse texts, her story naturally connects with the ancient human fascination with earthquakes and shifting landscapes. The image of a divine figure pulling the earth apart with unimaginable force captures the same feeling earthquakes inspire. The realization that something enormous is happening beneath the surface. The trembling ground, the breaking of familiar places, and the sudden reshaping of landscapes all echo Gefjon's legendary act. Her story can be understood as a mythological reflection of humanity's attempt to explain the powerful movements of the earth. She gives a face to the invisible forces that transform the world.